Today we're going to be talking about making an herbal salve. The first thing you want to do is measure your ingredients. The salve ratio we'll be using is a 1:5. That's 1 part beeswax by weight to 5 parts herbal oil by volume. Once you've measured out your beeswax, you want to put it in a double boiler and let it melt. Don't add your oil until the beeswax is all melted. This will make your salve more stable in the long run. Once the beeswax is melted, then you're ready to add your herbal oil. You can see this beeswax has a little bit of sediment in it. That's from my wax from my hive. So once you add your herbal oil, you can see that the beeswax is going to solidify a little bit, but it will actually melt really quickly again. So you just want to stir it around a little bit and let it incorporate into the oil. It doesn't take a long time at all, and the oil doesn't have to get super hot during this time, which is important, again, for the shelf life and stability. So once it's totally incorporated, then you can test the consistency of your salve. And to do this, you simply put a little bit of salve on a plate and let it cool. And this is an opportunity to see if you want to add more beeswax, and that would make it a little harder, or you could also add more herbal oil, and that would make the consistency of your salve a little softer. So you can really adjust it to just the consistency that you want. So once the salve has cooled, you're just going to test it. And to do this, you just want to put your finger on the salve, rub it around a little bit, and then rub it between your fingers. And this salve feels really good to me, so we're going to leave it just like it is. Once you're ready to pour, you want to wipe off the bottom of your pot. It's definitely going to have some water on it. You don't want that water to get into your salve. So I am using a pyrex measuring cup and the handle is not attached at the bottom. And this is important. You're going to see why later. You're just going to pour in your salve into your measuring cup. And it's important that it's pyrex because that's heat resistant. It's hot, so you want to be really careful. Make sure you don't burn yourself. And then you're just going to open your salve jars. And I like to line them up really closely together because it's just easier for pouring, in my opinion. So once you have them all lined up, then you're ready to pour your salve. And I have to say, this is a skill that I've developed, this kind of hand-eye coordination over many years of salve pouring. It is hard when you first start doing this, and it's just a matter of hand-eye coordination. I always tell my students to commit to the pour, and that means just don't stop pouring in the middle of pouring a salve. So otherwise you can end up with a huge mess. So you just pour. You can always come back later and refill if you haven't filled up enough. And then once you're down to the very bottom, things will be kind of solid. You can go ahead and put your pyrex measuring cup right into your pan of hot water and let that salve melt. And then you're able just to pour off the very end of that salve into a jar. It helps if the handle's open. You can just stick it right over the pot to hold it in the warm water like that. So here you can see the salves, and you can see how quickly they're cooling. And this is really a good sign. You shouldn't have to heat that oil up very hot to make a salve, and it will last longer that way. And then you're going to clean up. And to do this, you want to wipe everything out. I find it easiest if it's still warm. Your salve just wipes out well, and I use a paper towel for this. Unfortunately, I've found that works the best. And then I'll go ahead and compost that paper towel after I'm done using it. A couple other nice cleanup things you can do: dish soap with no water to start, or a citrus-based cleaner can also be really helpful. So here's our finished salve product. Then you would just add lids to this and label this. You want to make sure you have all your herbs and the date on the label. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed learning how to make an herbal salve.